Hi, my name is Maria.
And I'm Alex.
And welcome to Bulldog Bias. I may be wearing my Melbourne Vixens merchandise, but
Besides getting confused.
I do go for Bulldogs. This is what happens when I buy new merchandise. I like to wear them 24/7 for the first few weeks. So this
Yes, she'll grow up one day.
that will never happen. If you haven't grown up, there's no chance for me. Okay, so this week we're going through the review of the AFLW season.
Yes, yeah. And
It was a overall better season than last season for sure.
yeah, it was. I mean, nearly made the finals.
Nearly, I guess.
This was missed by percentage or a game?
I think percentage, maybe a game. Only percentage. It was a massive percentage. I guess we can only hope that we do better next season.
That's it. Well, let's get to the wrap up.
Okay, so round one.
Round one.
We played St Kilda at RSEA Park. We led for most of the match, looking like winning the first round, but lost in the fourth quarter by 9 points. St Kilda was 8 goals, 3 behinds with 51, and Bulldogs was 6 goals, 6 with 42.
I'll call it that. That's the one that got away. Win that one, probably make finals.
Are you sure that that's the only one?
Yeah. I watched that game, really thought we controlled it, but...
I was so happy. I was like, yes!
Yeah, but that's
very
life.
deflated.
Next week was better.
So round 2 we played Carlton in Pride round, my favourite round because I'm bisexual, at Whitton Oval on my birthday actually, so it was a great way to celebrate
True.
my birthday in the gayest way possible. It was a close match with Carlton winning for most of the match, but in the last quarter Bulldogs pulled a win, winning by a kick. So Bulldogs were 6 goals, 6 behinds, 42, and Carlton was 5 goals, 6 behinds with 36. That was close. That was intense.
Very close game. I really thought, I remember Lynchy played really good that day. She held Carlton up a few times. So yeah, that was a good game. Enjoyed that.
I loved it. It was a great way to celebrate my birthday. Round 3, we played Geelong at GMHBA Stadium. It was a low-scoring game with Geelong coming back in the third quarter, but the Bulldogs managed to pull off a 15-point win at the end. Geelong 1 goals, 3 behinds with 9. Western Bulldogs 3 goals, 6 behinds with 24.
Yep, good game, good win.
Round 4, we played Melbourne at the Whitton Oval. Even though our goals were behind in the first quarter, we led every other quarter after that, finishing with a 13-point win, which is my lucky number. So they played really well that day. I mean, Melbourne took it up to us early, but good win. Yep. And that was 3 in a row at that stage. Yeah, Western Bulldogs was...
I was thinking premiership at this stage.
Weren't we all?
Yeah.
Western Bulldogs was 6 goals, 1 behind with 37, and Melbourne was 2 goals and 12 behinds with 24. If those behinds were goals, that could have been entirely different.
You remember I was having to go with Jono because he was Geelong's coach. They couldn't kick straight in Melbourne.
that was a pretty... Let's not talk about the goal kicking.
Yeah.
That could be a whole different... That could be like a whole 2-hour documentary.
Yes.
Round 5, we played GWS at Whitton Oval. It was a bittersweet round, even though the Dogs won by 45 points. Buried suffered an ACL injury, meaning she would miss out the rest of the season and next season.
That was a big loss there.
Obviously, in players, but a big win
and from
at the same time.
Blackburn played the blinder this day too.
Yeah, I feel like every game after this, you sort of
tape it off
a bit.
Yeah.
Bulldogs were 7 goals 5 with 47, and GWS was 3 goals 4 with 22. I just like to talk about the ACL injury. It's always heartbreaking.
Yes.
It's like 12 months of hard-working recovery. And as someone that's done their own ACL, the first 3 months is boring.
Yep, absolutely.
You've done your Achilles, wouldn't it be the same? Similar?
Yeah, first 3 months of an Achilles injury isn't fun, I can tell you.
You do nothing. Like, you do, like, little exercises, but it's not, like, the same as training, obviously.
Well, no, I think with Achilles you can't do anything. They've got you in plaster, and you can't move your foot, and it's horrible.
Yeah, it's very...
So our heart goes out to all the players.
It's very tough mentally, the first half of the recovery. So
yes.
I hope she's doing well. Round 6. right? We played Collingwood at Victoria Park. We idiots thought we were going to win.
Well, yeah.
This game ended our winning streak as we lost by 36 points, which is massive in women's. Even though it was a close first half, I thought we were in with a chance. Collingwood ran away with the win in the second half very convincingly.
I don't care if we win one game a year. It's got to be against Collingwood.
Bulldogs had 2 goals, 3 behinds with 15, and Collingwood had 7 goals and 9 behinds with 51.
And this was the start of a bad run.
What a nice pun. Anyway. Round 7, we played North Melbourne at North Hobart Oval. Even though the Dogs trailed all game long, we managed to keep North Melbourne goalless in the 4th quarter, but we still lost by 11 points. So I think that's a mini victory in itself.
It is, but Leo was sort of... They actually played well that day, but just
couldn't pull off the win.
couldn't put it on the scoreboard, you know?
Yeah.
I wasn't disappointed in the effort. I thought the effort was really good.
Yeah, I'd rather lose with like 1,000% effort than lose with no effort at all.
Correct, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, correct.
So at the end of the day, North Melbourne was 5 goals 7 with 37, and Western Bulldogs with 3 goals 8 behinds with 26.
Next week we played at Moron Park.
No, don't.
Yes.
Stop. Okay, round 8, we played Adelaide Crows at Norwood Oval.
See, no more on
Stop
Park,
it!
I told you.
Stop! Just please relax.
No.
Adelaide Crows were just too strong at home for the Western Bulldogs. And with this loss, our hopes of making the top 6 was diminished. I lost by 56 points.
No comment.
No. Adelaide were 12 goals, 6 behinds with 78. Western Bulldogs was 3 goals, 4 behinds with 22.
Still no comment.
No comment. I think we only had 2 over interstate games for the whole
True, yeah.
season. I feel like if you're not playing much into games, how you're supposed to get used to interstate conditions.
You're probably right. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
The last round of the season.
Yay! Finished off on a win.
Yes, so we played Richmond at Whitten Oval. We finished the season with a win. Played finals, but I guess ending the season with a win is always a good feeling. The words as Abby Lee Miller, you're only as good as your last performance.
True.
And our last performance being a win, that you can take that into next season. And we won by 13 points. We were 7 goals, 3 behinds with 47, and Richmond was 5 goals and 2 behinds with 32.
They really, Richmond threatened to take it away in the last quarter, but the Dogs held up, so well done.
Yeah. So, what my point about the interstate, so we had 2. So we had, how many games out of 9? There was 1 game at Whitten Oval, 2, 3, 4.
Nearly half.
Nearly half, and then 1, 2, 3 at like other Victorian clubs, and then just 2 interstate matches out of the 9 rounds.
True.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's I just want to point that out. But
All in all, better season than last year. There's some real improvement. They got some. I think I was impressed with Georgie Stathis. She, I think she'll come on to be a good footballer. Izzy Grant. I mean. We
love her.
We love her. She had her debut and that. But look, I think really quite a few games we missed opportunities where they didn't lower the eyes and hit the targets. We had the 2 big targets there in Huntington and Too Good. And we hit them a few more times. Especially the game against North Melbourne. That was winnable. So. Yeah. I think next year will be a better season again. Yeah,
I really liked Lachlan.
Yeah, she played well too.
She has become my favourite.
Your favourite, fair enough.
Do you have a favourite?
I love Georgie Stathis.
I should have seen that coming.
I mean, there's a tackle being laid, the last person up off the deck, under the pack.
I just feel like Lachlan's always around the packs and like always getting her hand on the balls and sort of directing it. Yeah, that's what I like about her. She's always there.
Always. Oh well, so I guess it's goodbye for this year.
No, I have a few questions.
Oh, you got some questions? All right, go for it.
Yes.
She likes
What-
asking me questions.
I like questions. I'm starting to be a sports journalist, so this is kind of my thing. Anyway, what do you think? Do you have any predictions for next year? Like, Eleni, like, do you think we'll make finals? Any ladder positionings?
I think definitely make finals. I think, look, there are a lot of young players this year. They'll be better off for the run. It's not unusual to, what's the word, for younger players to sort of, die down in the latter part of the year, which I think happened.
Yeah, because I have a lot to learn.
Plus, their bodies are not
And it's
strong.
It's a different level.
It's a different level. I mean, you can't compare the two.
I know.
So, I think next year we'll kick on to make the six.
6. With Barry, the ACL, who do you think needs to step up? Because I feel like we were missing her after she did an injury.
Look, that's true, but look, if the young kids can step up, I'll answer it generally. The young kids can step up. They'll be able to handle a loss like Berry. You know what I mean? Next year, because you're going to lose someone. You always lose someone every year, unfortunately. That's the
There's always someone. Someone always does an ACL.
Yeah. So,
every year, it's really sad, but it happens every year.
But if the younger brigade can, step up and, look.
Anyone in particular?
Brown had a slow start to the season, right? And she finished it off really, really well. I go back to Georgie Stathis. I mean, if she can, pick it up, it would be good.
Like if Too Good was a bit more consistent, maybe.
Yeah, but the thing with Too Good, a lot of the time, the delivery of the football wasn't there. You know what I mean? And our ruckman, I've forgotten her name. Moody. She's got to improve a little bit. She held her own in some games, but never really dominated a game as a tool. So.
I feel like as a new competition, everything is still being established. You know what I'm saying? Because some girls are like cross codes, like they play it like they came from netball, skiing, or other sports like that. You know what I'm saying? So this probably isn't their primary sport.
No, true. So the thing is, I mean, those sorts of players are, they can come up and do a bit more, and I think we need to get some outside run happening.
Did you see that in any women's games or?
I can't say I really saw a lot of outside running in our game. There was in the clinches, they were in the packs. They were, a lot of inside ball, but a bit more outside running, and that team can go places.
My last question is: when do you think the quarters will go for a full 20 minutes?
That's anyone's guess, really. I think it'll be a couple of years away before that happens.
Yeah, because I feel like I play squash and everything's pretty even. It's all equal pay. The rules are same against, both men's and women's. So we both play games. Best of 5, first to 11. It is a sport. It's a gender equality sport, to be honest.
It is, yes.
I don't know how to say it any other way. But having equality in sport is possible. Squash is doing it. Obviously, it never was always like that because the men for a while was paid more than the women's, but it's like equal pay now. So it's like the pay is spent 50-50, but it's like I feel like maybe having a full 20-minute quarter would be the next step, maybe.
Yeah, look, that'll happen. I think because the games do go quick.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, because you're missing 5 minutes each quarter, so you're missing a whole 20 minutes, which is like a whole quarter.
Plus time on, so yeah. Yeah, look, I think it'll be a few more years to get the competition settled. I mean, I'd like, before that happens, I'd like to see some more teams come in,
That's true, yeah. It is, how many teams do we have? I think we have 4. 8. No, we have more than that.
It was only 8 rounds, was it? 9 rounds?
Yeah, but we didn't play everyone.
Oh, really?
But yeah, we
14.
had there's 14 teams, but there's only 9 rounds.
Well, I'd like to see them play everybody at least once.
So like 13 round season.
13
maybe?
round, yeah.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people have said the same thing.
Missed by a game in percentage.
So yeah, I feel like everyone had that complaint that it's like, oh, why can't they play each other at least once? Because it's like it's 9 rounds, but there's 14 teams, and I feel like if we play everyone once, we get more interstate matches, and maybe we'd learn to play those ovals more.
Yeah, but let's just say, for the sake of the argument, we finish in 8th. Let's say next year we play GWS, Richmond, St Kilda, West Coast, Geelong Cats, Geelong, Gold Coast. End up in the 8th, in the 6th. You think you're good, but you're not because you played the worst teams. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I know that you just can't. Yeah, I feel like you have to play everyone for it to be even.
Yeah, well, so they got to play right.
Yeah, Adelaide Crows are good. They always make it into the grand final.
No comment.
No comment. No, you have to just respect how good they are. Okay?
No comment.
No, shut up. Yeah, so who's actually in the grand final? The grand final is Brisbane Lions and Adelaide Crows. We didn't get to play Brisbane Lions.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah, no, I didn't play them. So Melbourne got done. Collingwood could have got there, but no one wants to see that. Yeah,
no one wants to see that.
No. So it should be a good game, actually.
Okay, who haven't we played, right? We haven't played a lot of teams, right? So can I go back to the table? We haven't played Brisbane. We haven't played Fremantle. We didn't play North Melbourne. We played North Melbourne. Sorry, we
played Carlton.
Yeah, I know. I can't forget Pride Round. If I did, I'd be
played GWS.
Played St Kilda.
Didn't play West Coast.
Didn't play West Coast.
Played Geelong.
Didn't play
Gold Coast.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe because the finances only get to interstate
Maybe
games.
it could be finances, but I feel like I know, as a businessman, how do you think they would get more sponsorship or more money?
Well, I think you've got to play at least everybody once everybody once at least once, and therefore it's it's a longer season, so sponsorship money goes further. I've also sponsor a club, it'd be the men's, because the season goes longer. So whereas with the women's it doesn't go as long.
I feel like maybe, in my point of view, maybe spend a little bit more money on advertising, because I feel like the men's have so much more advertising than the women's does. Like when you see like an advertisement for the men's game, it's always.
You know what I reckon? Seriously.
Yeah.
Get get it to be the curtain raiser for the men's. Then you'll see people coming along.
Like doing Big Bash.
Yeah, like the Big Bash.
Yeah, but like we need to get the all teams, or what, 18? We have 18 teams, right?
14.
14?
18 in the league, yeah, 18, yes.
18 in the men's, right? We have 14 in the women's. We need to.
4 more.
Right? But it's, like I said, how do we get to that?
Yeah, but see, look at it this way. Let's just say grand final day, right? So they played the same as the men's and they were the curtain raiser. So grand final day, you have the women's as the curtain raiser. I'll tell you what, people are turning up.
Yeah, they do that with the with squash. Like they play the women's final and then they play the men's final afterwards on the same day.
On the same day, yeah.
Right, and I feel like that's why it's such equal pay and equal participation in the crowd.
I think that would be, if that was to happen to be I reckon the game would grow. And yeah.
Right, for women's, right? And I guess it's like a same issue in other types of sports, like tennis and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? If they had them both play on the same day, maybe.
Well, the good old days when they had the reserves and under-19s, they played 3 grand finals at the MCG. They had the under-19s, the reserves, and then the seniors. So I can't see why they can't have at least one other game.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, like I'm saying, I feel like I feel like we need to get to the stage where the women's play before the men's. So like a
curtain raiser.
Like an opener, and then it's like you can watch both teams, and it's like a.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Right? Yeah. 2 games in one day. Who doesn't like that?
Can't beat that.
More football for everyone.
That's it.
And I guess the last thing I have just about women's is, in my take, the women's is never going to be played exactly the same as men's, just because men and women's have different physical attributes.
True.
Right, there's always going to be like the same skills and the same sort of like learning to play the game, but it's always going to be played differently. Like there's examples like, you know, women's tennis is different to men's tennis. Especially, I use squash a lot because I play squash, right? Women's, just in the drop shots, right? The women's drop shots have better touch than the men's drop shot, because just women have just a better touch, and then men just like to hit the shit out of it.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's always going to be different, and I'm sort of sick of people comparing women's to the men's.
Well, you can't.
Do you understand, right?
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like that's an issue. It's like, well, you have to be as good as the men's, but it's like, if the men's is going to be as good as the men's can be, and the women's going to be as good as the women's can be, because it's going to be always going to be a different
Correct.
style, and it's going to attack a different audience.
Okay, don't labour on the point. We've got it.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, for this season, for the AWFL, AFW,
AFLW.
AFLW.
What did you say?
Do you better order that bit?
No, I'm keeping that one in.
It's goodbye, and we'll see you next season. Now, don't forget we're continuing with the men's for the season, so you know, yeah, hit the like on the link below there. Hit the like.
That's not the link. It's just a thumbs up.
Just give the thumbs up down there, and we've got 5 viewers. Has been our maximum so far. We want to tell your friends, you 5.
Anyway, that's it for us. We'll have talk about the Bulldog versus Lions game. This will be at our next video.
Absolutely. All right. See you later, guys.
Okay, bye.